We're looking for a new pope, and the clock is ticking because right now no one is at the helm and everybody's sinning all over the place. We have to get it under control because we can't keep doing this. Someone must emerge. I know we're going to have a conclave, which is when the cardinals get together and they vote by burning their ballots, which is how I personally think we should vote in every election, be it for mayor or alderman or president. You should go into that small booth in a public school and just start burning stuff. And then whatever smoke comes out, that's who you've elected. I like that. I like the fact that the color of the smoke determines who will be the next pope. The pope is a tricky position. One thing I would say, number one, I don't care where the person is from or what ethnic group they're from, but I would like a younger pope. I would like a millennial pope. Maybe he's walking and there's crowds of people reaching out to touch him and he's just on his phone, like barely acknowledging them. I mean, sure, he's looking up once in a while, but mostly he's focused on his phone, texting somebody more important than the millions of Catholics who are reaching out to him. That's the kind of thing the church needs, something different. Like everybody's reaching out to the Pope and the Pope is there, forgiving, giving blessings. And I think it spoils the Catholic people a lot, and they don't appreciate it as much. If you had a millennial pope, he would just be on his phone or on his iPad and barely paying attention, and that would make people embrace their faith more and really want it more, want to be Catholic. Right now, people don't want it that bad because the Pope is there reaching out, touching, he's coming to speak, he's holding Mass. It's like, make yourself a little more unavailable. You know, you're on your phone, you're on Snapchat, you're talking to a friend disinterested in what's going on. You're walking, looking at your phone, not paying attention to the things that are around you. That will make people want you more. And I think that's what a millennial pope will bring to the table. The other options, of course, celebrity popes, The Rock. Okay, an election is happening in the conclave, you know? Who comes through the door? The Rock, no shirt on, threatening the cardinals. What's up now? And then there's some unholy alliances. It ends in a choke slam, and then The Rock anoints himself the Pope, the champion of the Catholic faith, championship level. So I think The Rock is a definite option. Justin Bieber, I think he's struggling right now. Wouldn't it be great if he just became the Pope? And then we got to see where he's going to take us. Is it a church? Is it a bong hit? We don't know. It's Bieber. Bieber's unpredictable right now, and he would give the Catholic faith the spontaneity that we've been clamoring for. You know, everything's been kind of constant and concrete, and the church is very slow to move and on doctrine. But if you have a wild card like a Bieber in there, you don't know where it could go. It could be day to day, and that would spark a lot of interest in the faith. More people would be checking in. More people would be going to church. I wonder what's going to happen this week. This is nuts. What's happening this week? So that impulsivity that Bieber brings, or somebody like Bieber brings, will maybe thicken the ranks. We're losing the young in the Catholic faith right now, and we need to beef up the ranks. So I think Bieber would do that. Let me argue for the Catholic faith for a second, because a lot of people are fallen Catholics. That means they go to church on Easter and Christmas and no other time. But I would say that Catholicism has the best organization of any religion. We've God at the top. He's the main guy and girl. He engenders all genders, engenders all genders. So God is at the top. Under, I'll just say him for our sake right now. Under him is his son Jesus, J squared, Son of God. And then to Jesus' left is the Holy Spirit, often portrayed in movies as wind. To his right is his mother, the Virgin Mary, a woman for diversity. Under them is the saints, and what the saints do is they answer your unimportant prayers. God doesn't have time for your nonsense prayers, but the saints do. God, he's an all-loving, all-knowing entity. He assigns the saints to handle your nonsense problems. For example, you lose your car keys. You don't pray to God. God's too busy for that. God's dealing with genocide, world wars, climate change. He's not dealing with your car keys. He doesn't have time for that. That's annoying. So he assigns a guy, St. Anthony. St. Anthony finds your car keys. And he builds in other fail-safes there. So if St. Anthony, you pray to St. Anthony, he can't find your car keys, well, then you pray to St. Christopher, because that's the patron saint of public transportation. It's built right into the faith. If this guy doesn't help you, maybe another guy will. You can't beat that. But you don't go to God to find your car keys. If you do pray to God to find your car keys, that's when you get hit by a bus. Because you shouldn't be going to God for your car keys. St. Anthony is for that. Now, that's not good for St. Anthony, really. St. Anthony, a lot of these saints were martyrs on earth. That means they died for the faith. So the Romans at the time said to St. Anthony, either denounce your faith or we'll behead you. And St. Anthony was like, nah, I'm loyal. Behead me. And he got beheaded and he went to heaven, and God said, thank you for your loyalty. Now you're going to be finding people's car keys for the rest of eternity. And St. Anthony was like, well, that's not such a good deal. I was strong and I held strong to the faith, and now you're telling me I have to find people's car keys? I don't want that job. If I would have known this, I would have just stayed on earth and kept my head. That's probably what happened with the devil, because as you guys know, the devil was a high-ranking angel before he was cast out. And he was probably cast out because the devil said, look, I'm here, I want a good position. And God was like, you're going to be finding people's car keys for the rest of eternity. And the devil said, I think I'm just going to do my own thing. No offense. I'm going to do my own thing now because I don't want to find people's car keys forever. It's not a good job to have, find people's car keys. Be that as it may, the Catholic faith is organized in a very structured way. And if you want something, you have a prayer, and then you pray to the right person, and then it gets resolved. And if that saint can't help you, then there's another saint who will help you. So it doesn't get any better than that. So the Catholic faith, I have hope for it. I hope maybe The Rock or Bieber, or maybe a female Pope, maybe a Britney Spears or somebody comes in and just gives up that shake-up that we need. Or definitely a millennial Pope. One of those will bring us into the next century, strong, hard, and refilling the ranks. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and I'm on all social media platforms at Comic Mike V, at Comic Mike V. I'm a stand-up comedian, and I'm hopefully coming to a city where you are soon.